Hello and welcome to Third Act Film. Today we'll be discussing which X-Men we think should get its own solo film or any other X-Men properties to be turned into films. Here with me is Todd James.
Hello.
And I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James.
Alright, Todd, kick us off.
Okay, I'm going to start with one. This is a character a lot of people like. We haven't seen them in the film so far. They are rumoured to be in Deadpool 2, should that film go ahead. Cable.
Well, what's the character?
Cable.
Well, that's a cable.
Yes, Cable. You're so
Not funny.
So, right, Cable, for those who don't know, Cable is the son of Cyclops and the clone of Jean Grey, who travels back in time from the future. And basically, I was sure he was going to be in Apocalypse, and he still might. Apocalypse isn't out yet, he still might be. But he is very closely linked to the Apocalypse story, because basically his thing is that he's trying to kill Apocalypse.
Oh, right.
And he's this massive guy, like grey hair. Yeah, and the thing that is sort of most unique about him is that he is infected with, I believe it's called the techno-organic virus.
Ooh.
Where it's like his body is constantly fighting it off, transforming basically into a robot. That's the very simplified version of it.
That's why it's called Cable.
Sure.
It's like wires.
I think he's called Cable because it's just a cool guy name.
Oh, right.
Yeah. In fact, I think the guy who created it, whose name I can't think of, has said, yeah, it's just a cool guy name.
Yeah.
And I think he could work as a part of a team, obviously, as any of them can, because they're X-Men.
Yeah.
But he also has an interesting enough story that he could sort of have his own film and then dip into the stories of other characters and stuff.
Fair enough. Or he could be part of...
Here it comes.
X-Force, my suggestion.
Right. Great. Okay.
Kind of, I guess, a spin-off of a spin-off then, with Deadpool that's coming out, or is out by the time it's out. Deadpool, then Cable, throw in Wolverine.
That might be a good way to promote a new actor as Wolverine as well.
If they wanted to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure Hugh Jackman will do a couple more.
If suddenly X-Force was on the cards and it was a proper... Yeah. Maybe.
So having a bunch, this kind of X-Force, for those who don't know, I don't know, I guess it's like a bunch of bad guys who have mutant powers, who are kind of, not necessarily that they're bad, but they're not.
They're the guys who get the job done. When the X-Men are too friendly, these are the guys that go in and kill people.
And they're not necessarily bad, but they will kill people to get the task.
Will and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty exciting to see Deadpool match up with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Done properly.
Yeah. Especially if Deadpool, as an R-rated film, is a huge success.
They will be able to do this as R-rated. They can have a kind of R-rated subsect of X-Men.
Yeah.
That those stories are more intertwined than necessarily with the X-Men, and you can still have cameos with Cyclops or whoever coming on. But yeah. Your next suggestion?
Okay. I'm fairly sure you haven't heard of this person, and I barely know them. Magic, with a K.
Oh.
Just for when you're looking for images to put up to be saying that. So Magic is the younger sister of Colossus.
Youngest sister of Colossus.
Yeah. You following?
Yeah.
Right, and her powers are they're kind of not hugely specific. You know, with Scarlet Witch, you're like, what are her powers? Oh, everything. So it's kind of like that. But one of the big things that I've seen her do in the comics is interdimensional travel. And also making herself look like other people, which is a staple of the X-Men films.
Yeah.
And I think that what is good about her is that a lot of people don't know who she is, but she is already linked to the universe, so it'd be easy to get in. And plenty of interesting and alternative stuff you can do.
Yeah.
With the character, and Russian. So that's.
She's Russian as well.
Like Colossus, yeah.
Oh right.
Colossus is actually Russian, not like the X-Men 1, 2 and 3 and Days of Future Past.
Deadpool 1 looks more Russian.
100% more Russian.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of interdimensional travel,
great.
Blink
Okay.
Who was my favourite
That's
from...
not... Okay, carry on.
Well, it's travel. Anyway, Blinky was my favourite from Days of Future Past. Although the actress didn't... Did she say anything?
I know she files down her nails in one scene.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So a whole film of that, please.
Yeah.
It's just more the potential of the kind of visual style of this portal creating mutant. I think it would look spectacular. You have some of the best fight scenes that are only possible because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that she looks quite small and not... Other than like the facial stuff, she's got like purple eyebrows and stuff, which is a bit...
Sure.
She's a bit intimidating. She has a certain look, but other than that, she's still a small woman that you wouldn't necessarily be intimidated by, and then bam, she's punched you behind the head while still looking at you. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think you can have some real cool scenes.
Some of the coolest bits of Days of Future Past were the stuff she was doing. It was really cool.
But then I can see the counter argument perhaps that the only reason she was so cool was because you only saw a small part of it. Can you really stretch out a whole film and get a whole backstory about someone who can teleport? Maybe, perhaps she's trying to run through so many hoops, but the only hoop she had to run through...
The inside hoops.
The inside
her body.
ones.
Of her soul.
Of her soul. I don't know.
I would just like to see her... Something I thought immediately after watching Days of Future Past was... Like, what a useful power. Like, if the remote's on the other side of the room, and you don't want to get up, you should be like, bloop, portal, just like reach out, you got it.
Dead lazy usage.
The microwave's just gone off, but I don't want to stand up. Bloop. Open up the microwave, you're there. Just a whole film of that.
Yeah, of her just being incredibly lazy. Yeah. It'll be quite interesting. It would be quite interesting, but they could do it in such a way that she was a criminal and she was using her powers for bad. Some event happens in her life, and then she starts using them for good, and then that's the end of the film.
Sure.
Just right film, great.
Great.
All right, moving on. Your next one, please.
Cyclops. I've just come out with it. So, thank you for the sound. In case anyone didn't know what sound he made. One of the characters who has like kind of gotten the least, the least justice, I guess, from the comics to film is Cyclops. Like, he was fine. Like, he was all right,
and he's kind of the leader of the X-Men.
But then he just got pushed to the side. And everyone's like, Wolverine.
I might be wrong, but I believe there's an X-Men poster that some of the cinemas are putting up, and it's a photo op, and Cyclops, being played by Ty Sheridan, isn't on it. So it's like again. He's constantly being ignored. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And his screwed up family where every single person on it has got a super ability.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing that as well is so good about Cyclops, and this is the route I'd want the film to take, possibly Ty Sheridan isn't old enough for this, but more recently in the comics, he has become basically an evil dictator for the X-Men. He's like turned to just be like, he's so sick of being like, I'm going to help humans forever.
Yeah.
And then it's just gotten to the point where he's just like, I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be a really interesting arc to explore. More for James Marsden. He's like the perfect age now. So
they could though.
Yeah,
they
he's
could
not
just
working.
say they could say Ty Sheridan is the younger one and he's continuing with the X-Men, but then this is where
he'll
become.
You can even do it set in the two different time periods sort of thing. It would be good to see him have justice done finally.
Yeah.
And blowing stuff away with his face lasers.
Yeah,
I guess
that's just cool all the time. I feel anyway. Other people might disagree. Speaking of doing justice,
had some fantastic segues.
Thank you. Doing justice to a character that was done before, not so great. X-23, the female Wolverine.
I think that was fairly alright justice.
Yeah, she's alright, but it was a bad film. So
okay, what, X-Men 2?
Not X-Men 2. She was in. Have I got this completely wrong? I thought she was in Wolverine Origins.
No, you're talking about the fingernail.
Fingernail.
Yeah, that's
Wolverine.
X-Men 2, mate.
Oh right. Okay, X-Men 2 is good. Yeah.
She again had one line though.
Yeah.
I see a pattern.
Yeah. New actress, obviously.
Right. It's a new timeline, mate. It's whatever you like.
A more commanding actress to take on that role, and just being a female Wolverine who's like, I'm not a female Wolverine. I'm X-23. It's like, love, you're a female Wolverine.
And then like, bloop, stabs them. Say that again.
Yeah. And then, this could kind of link in with the X-Force.
Yeah.
And she could join that team when Wolverine's, making more money doing his own films.
/ not doing any more films.
Yeah. Or even being the case that they retire Wolverine and they're not having anyone play Wolverine, so they've been able to get in an actress to play X-23 to fill in that gap, and she continues that on. Playing it slightly different, but similar.
Yeah.
And then that way, best of both worlds.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Lovely.
To be honest, there aren't a lot of X-Men where I'd be like, no. Actually, there are quite a lot, having said that.
There's one X-Men whose name escapes me, which is ironic? I don't know. But the guy, there's an X-Men character who is called Forget-Me-Not, I believe.
Oh, right.
And he has been in the X-Men comics forever.
Yeah.
And but no one remembers him. And they introduced him quite recently and just saying, my ability is that people forget me.
That's awful.
Yeah. And
That's
that he was
so
like,
sad.
I've been here the whole time. I helped form the X-Men. And then they would go back and show scenes.
Just him
from
inserted into panels
Yeah.
for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Like,
And if it would be great if they've already done that in the X-Men films. That if you watch them again, there's just some guy in the background who's like, they're like, yeah, let's get together. And he's like, yeah! Just in the back.
they've been planning it from day one.
That would be amazing. And then if they revealed in the next X-Men film that, Forget-Me-Not has been here the whole time and helped form the X-Men.
That would be quite something.
You could do quite a sad story of the man.
That would be something that would I loved about it at first, but now that would be something that was really interesting to explore.
Yeah, just someone who's always forgotten, and he can be, and then perhaps you could challenge the idea of what a real hero is, about the selfless act.
This is a great idea. What happens if he's texting a girl? Does he text her? And then she replies, and the next one she's like, "Who's this?
Yeah,
where
pretty
did all
much.
these messages come from?" Just scrolling back through it.
Yeah, or people would just forget to text him back all the time.
Their phone goes off, and then they put it down. And that's it. Gone forever.
Yeah,
That's
and you could call the film "Forget-Me-Not." Yeah,
X-Men Origins. Forget me
Me
not.
Not.
Would actually be a really. Why didn't we think of this? That would be a great, but
idea,
also
but-
terrible idea.
Yeah. Anyway, great. Thanks for listening, guys. If you've got any X-Men you feel as though should get their own film, do let us know in the comments below. I've been James Forbes.
And I've been Todd James.
Bye. What better way to motivate Nick Fury to do something than to tell him not to do something? Fire, please! And the Captain America's like, hold it! Hold it!
Only a super powerful character wearing the Infinity Gauntlet would come and say, "Oh, it's Adam Warlock." Yeah.